There are a lot of decks out there, but so many cards have been left completely ignored or unexplored. So Team Starlight is here to see the jankiest cards and the jankiest deck ideas out there. This is Jank Tank.
SoCal fans, Anti-Meta and Team Starlight are hosting a win-ahead tournament at Wildcard Cyclone this Saturday, June 21st. If you can't make it, check out Anti-Meta for some sweet Yu-Gi-Oh swag. Link in the description.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Jank Tank. It's your boy, Marcos, aka Macro. Today, I'm joined by Declan and Albert of Team Starlight.
Yo.
Hello.
And yeah, we got some cool jank submissions. We always accept submissions in our Discord, link in the description down below. But today, we have a few ones from our own Team Starlight members. Me and Declan are going to show a couple of our really dumb ideas, and we'll still showcase a deck from a fan of ours. But yeah, let's start off Jank Tank with a bang. My favorite pet deck of the entire format is Aliens. I absolutely adore Aliens. I love Golgar. I think Cosmic Fortress Golgar is a modern card in Edison format, and it's like really freaking strong, but it's just so hard to get live because, as any alien player knows, it's like damn near impossible to send any of these stupid aliens to the grave consistently. And all the aliens kind of suck. But today, I want to showcase this little card called Featherizer, which, if you don't know, it's a card that when it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can send a Gemini monster from your deck to the graveyard and then draw a card. So it's like a net neutral, but kind of a +1 in this kind of deck because you set up your grave with the alien Hypno, who's a Gemini, and then draw a card. And we pair that with our classic Limit Reverse Vortex Trooper shenanigans and creature swap, and out of nowhere we kind of have a somewhat synergistic, consistent-ish jank control stun deck, if you will.
Yeah, so you're just trying to turbo the other deck you had was like more, you had to naturally kind of get the 1900 vanilla alien to the grave or the alien warrior. So this one you're kind of just trying to turbo it right to the grave.
Yeah,
get the Golgar out as fast as possible.
Yeah, in the other versions, because like I said, there's no way to like send them to the grave outside of Foolish Burial. You kind of have to run like 4 to 5 or even 6 of the level 4 aliens, and most of them suck. But in this one, you see I'm only running 2 because you have essentially 5 targets of just getting it to the grave with just Featherizer, 6 if you count Future Fusion, because we are running a Future Fusion package that allows for us to run the Stratos Prisma package. The Prisma package is also what I was known for. I've posted videos, not on Team Starlight, but in the past, where you use Prisma to reveal Sandwich to send Sangan, and then sets up your Limit Reverse. It's a whole thing. We also run OSHA Leon. OSHA Leon is another monster that is good with creature swap and can add Alien Ammonite. It also has another effect where it's like dupe. It's like you could dupe lock with 2 OSHA Leons. I just don't know if that'll ever come up, right, Declan?
Yeah, I mean, I saw this card. I've never seen this card in my life until you showed me this deck, and I'm like, this seems pretty cool. And I had some nefarious ideas with my own Jank Tank submission this week, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, and we're obviously running Vortex Trooper. I think Vortex Trooper is actually more important in this version of Aliens than the previous one, because unfortunately Featherizer like requires you to send a Gemini to get the draw. So Vortex Trooper can return those Gemini monsters back to the deck, making your hand a lot stronger with better traps, better just like actual things you can do. We're just running more generically good stuff. I love 7 tools in Aliens. I think you should always run 1. My Body is always a good choice, but not necessary. Prohibition can be great if you know what the format's about. And I love main decking Imperial Iron Wall. I think it's just really good into the meta, and it's a good thing to bounce with Golgar. So yeah, and if you don't know what Golgar does, you can bounce continuous traps or spells to create counters, and you can remove 2 counters to pop any card, while also being a 2600 beater. So kind of an insane boss monster. It feels like it's worth doing all this extracurricular activity. Are you ready to see some Featherizer aliens in action?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. So yeah, here we go. We got me on the ranked ladder, actually. This is in the 700s area, just messing around. Here we go. So
you're gonna start out with that Featherizer, but you have no Hypnos in deck.
Yeah, but we do run the 1 Alias, so this is at least like a way to slightly deck then. Hopefully get some better stuff going. I see these running gadgets, and I'm like, oh no, this can be really rough. But Yeah, we're able to set. Oh, and this version, sorry, I think there was a previous version where I was running 3 Hypno and no alias. I think the only difference between this version is that I just swap the alias for a Hypno and you're chill. Like,
Fair.
but yeah, so I did it. But like either way, you have 3 targets. Send. He MSTs immediately. I was very confusing, but you know that 7 tools losing that kind of sucks because now my Ammonite is not free to just come out. But I don't think it's worth summoning Ammonite until you actually have like legit setup. Like you don't have any continuous
Right.
traps and stuff. And Vortex Trooper. So here's okay. So this is hilarious. This is hilarious. I summon Vortex. He Horn of Heavens, which when you contribute, which is really good in gadgets, obviously, but Vortex Trooper isn't required to be on the field to get its effect. If this card is destroyed, period, you draw a card. So it's kind of like Light and Darkness Dragon, where you know if you like Solemn a Light and Darkness Dragon, it still gets its effect.
Oh my god.
So this is really funny. So it's just like he does this, and I'm like, okay, so I'm still gonna draw, by the way, and he gets like really upset, and I just try to keep explaining it to him. And
oh no.
yeah, it wasn't properly summoned. It's like, yeah, I know it's not properly summoned. He's like, keep telling me, like, you're not understanding. Like, it's not. And then he's like, I'm over this.
Yeah.
Draw and continue. I'm like, okay.
This is like triggering for me when people are just arguing and then they're wrong and then they just like say like, oh whatever, like just play on. Like I'm not gonna let argue about this. It's like, dude, just admit you're wrong. Like what?
Dude, huge. So yeah, I'm able to summon the Hypno. Hypno's never great to summon, but it's just bigger than Gadgets, so it's actually not that bad here. He has to Smashing Crown it because it's just that big. Like, you can't deal with the 1600 meter in Gadgets. That's why, like, I like Gadgets, but if you don't see Solidarity, it feels so rough. I'm drawing into more continuous traps, so this feels really good. I'm baiting out bottomlesses with the Hypno. And so now I know my Omnite can probably get through. I'm able to Fiendish Chain, stop one of them. I Mirror Force, but it does have the Starlight Road, and I was like, that's...
Damn.
It's a little frustrating. I probably shouldn't have Mirror Force. I probably should have expected that, but... yeah. Either way, I'm able to do the Omnite play here. Summon out Hypno. Fiendish Chain the other target just to have 2 Fiendish Chains up. Golgar is going to bounce both the Fiendish Chains. I can run over the Stardust pretty cleanly. And then also pop like one of the gadgets here, which is going to be great.
And then reset the 2 Fiendish
yeah.
chains.
Obviously, like I lose the Heavy Storm here, but if he doesn't see Heavy, we're chilling. So now he sets a back row, and I double Fiendish Chain. I use Golgar's effect to bounce. And then he chains Dust Shoot. And it's like, bro, you should have waited for me to pop it. Like, but now I'm like, okay, so he takes the Card Trooper away, but now I'm like, I'm not gonna pop your guy. I don't need to.
Right.
Like,
you just want to have the counters all set up.
Okay, so wait, okay, I feel bad. Okay, so everyone, this is important. So future Jank tank stuff, this is what's gonna happen. My deck is, I couldn't figure out exactly what I changed from this replay. I think I was running triple Hypno and Alias. Maybe I wasn't running OSHA Leon. Maybe I wasn't running, because I was running Card Trooper as well. Maybe I wasn't running 7 tools. It doesn't matter. The main thing that matters is that Featherizer Creature Swap is being showcased here, because I do the Featherizer play, but I theoretically shouldn't have a 4th Gemini, but maybe I do now. Who knows? I send the Alias. Okay, so I do run Alias.
Okay.
Sorry about that, but that's just unfortunately what I don't love about DB is if you send a DB link, if you adjust that deck list at all, that link changes. Like the deck itself changes. And I didn't know that until we started doing these for Jank Tank. So just the more you know about DB, all right?
Yeah, if you're doing a submission, just save it as its own separate thing and then continue to cook on a new list.
I almost wouldn't
But he's
even
gonna
mind.
attack.
Oh yeah, he just.
Interesting.
I thought he was gonna contact, but it doesn't make sense to contact.
Yeah.
It's just bigger. But now I'm able to just pop this Cyber Dragon, swing for 26. I'm not worried about Gores, because I don't think you run Gores in like gadgets. I have the MST. I have the Limit Reverse. This is the combo that we all love. We know and love. If you bounce Limit Reverse, it pops the Vortex Trooper. It gives me a free draw. I can pop the monster.
Oh my god, drawing Solemn too. It's over.
Yeah, I have just too much advantage. It's just actually over. I can keep finishing anything that comes out. I'm not worried about anything. He has to go to game 2. So we go to game 2. And against this deck, you definitely want, like, because we run Prisma, you definitely want to see Cyber Dragons and stuff. Like, Cyber Dragon's so good. Breaker's not bad either, going into all this, like, back row heavy stuff. Like this. Jeez. And Featherizer's
Jesus.
not like Vortex Trooper's also not that bad going into this as well to like shuffle away some stuff, get some better traps like that. Getting a Dust Tornado is great.
Yeah, those are great draws.
Yeah, we're just gonna Fiendish Chain. He swings. I get a free draw. I'm not free. I take damage, but we'll take it.
There's more Featherizer.
We're just getting set up. Oh my god, he has so many guys. But I do run Cyber Dragon, so like I'm kind of hoping he has the freaking ultimate offering. Thank God I have the Dust Tornado. That would have been so scary. And now I'm able to Featherizer, set up my grave with the Alien Hypno. He just swings for 12. And by the way, I still draw off the Featherizer too, which is great. And now I just have more Featherizer action. Just gonna keep just trying to stall out as much as I can. He swings. My grave is fully set up. I should be only drawing traps at this point. I draw a monster, but it's okay. It's Stratos. Stratos is really good in this deck because it gets you the Prisma. But then I drew the Prisma.
Let's freaking go. No bottomless one time.
But he has the bottomless for the Prisma. But I have the Solemn, and I need to do this because this is going to be a humongous... This is going to be a humongous Chimera tech. It's so worth it. It's just so
Oh my
worth
god.
it.
I don't know if I've ever seen a 5,000 attack Chimera
And you
tech.
never will because it got bottomless immediately.
Damn.
I put it to grave on accident, but it doesn't matter. I don't run like Chaos Sorcerer or anything. He has the Scrap Recycler though, and I was like, oh my god, do I Fiendish? I think I need a Fiendish Chain that, right? I'm surprised I didn't. Oh, I don't have Fiendish Chain. Oh, and that's why. Oh my god, that's so good for him. And then he gets the Machina Fortress out, and his Solidarity. I think it's
just GOG?
yeah,
What do you have?
it's actually
Yeah.
just game. Because I had the Call of the Haunted to bring back the Cyber Dragon and contact again, but like it just doesn't matter there. Here I finally draw the Future Fusion, which is great in this deck. You can reveal Ab-Zero, just set up your grave. The reason why I sent the Stratos is because I'd rather see Prisma than Stratos, and that's just like the vibe that you have with it. You don't really run Roto. You're running like the hero package just so Future Fusion is a way to guarantee get your engine live faster, on top of having Featherizer.
The fact that Hypno is a water is pretty cool. Like that, because Ab-Zero is a legitimate threat that's gonna come down in 2 turns now.
Oh, 100%. And this Hypno is just too good against gadgets if they don't have Solidarity. So, yeah, we have 5 back row. We have a Ab-Zero coming out. The Fiendish Chain to negate that. He's got a Dust Tornado. Hits the other card. I was very confused by that. And
That's some interesting tech.
Yeah. He swings, but now I have the Ab-Zero that's going to come out now. He bottomlesses it, and I'm like, cool, that's going to blow up your guys. Then he goes Starlight Road. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, sir, the Stardust doesn't come out because bottomless is what destroyed Ab-Zero, so Ab-Zero's already in the banish pile. So you can't Starlight Road Ab-Zero's effect because it's already been destroyed. Like, you can Starlight Road it to negate the effect, but you can't Starlight Road and get Stardust. Stardust...
It needs to destroy to get the Stardust. Yeah.
And if you do, then you can special summon Stardust. So like you can negate the effect of Ab-Zero, which is still great, but you cannot get Stardust out. So that's a very important ruling. And I'm trying to tell him this. Like Stardust doesn't come out. Oh lol, oh yes it does. Like kind of like arrogantly wrong. Like the ruling is that Starlight Road needs to destroy the monster. The monster is banished, so it can't be destroyed. If this card negates I showed him like the ruling, and then yeah. You know what? I'm too tired for this. Go on. It's like, bro, you're just wrong.
Better, man.
I said,
like...
I got tilted. I was like, bro, you're just wrong, not tired. Lol. Like, just get out of my face, bro. I'm so tired of that stuff. Like, I'm actually tired. Here I bounce the
You're like,
Fiendish
I'm
Chain.
a father now. I'm the one who's tired. I'm up late at night.
Yeah, I make the choice
to duel here.
So I make the choice to
Go
bounce
ahead.
the Fiendish Chain because I'm afraid of like a deprison. He ends up having a Smashing Ground. I chain the My Body as a Shield, which I've had set. I side that in or main deck it. I forget. I think I main decked it at the time. And the Fiendish Chain is going to help me keep this Golgar alive. And yeah, so now I'm able to bounce the other Fiendish Chain. I can set my card, summon a monster, pop the Machina Fortress, which is going to get rid of my Featherizer, but I don't care because I have absolute just damage coming in this way, which is great. I'm not worried about Gores because he's running Solidarity. He summons the Yellow Gadget. I'm negating the effect like always. And then, yeah, just keep bouncing. Just keep bouncing a never-ending Fiendish Chain wave. That's why Alias is like nice to have because it's still a beater if you draw it. And the duel
Alien's
is
just
over.
too good once they get that set up, man. It actually feels like a really good deck once the Golgars hit the board.
Yeah, I mean, aliens are definitely in the jank tier, but they're my favorite deck to play in the jank side of things. I have topped multiple locals with alien variants. I think partially out of just matchup inexperience more than anything, but like Featherizer guys, like there's something there with this guy. Like this guy definitely helps bring up the consistency level in aliens. So yeah, that's the alien deck with Featherizer. I think I've changed a few things. Obviously, like I think before I was running 3 Hypno, now I'm running 2. Before I was like, I don't think I'm running a lot of these weird tech choices. Like, I think I'm just running like Legacy Yatagarasus and stuff just to help make it more consistent. I'm not even sure if I'm running OSHA Leon anymore. But anyway, this is an idea of a deck that you could be running for aliens if you want to have fun with that. I think it's pretty cool, but it's definitely kind of jank. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see how we rate it.
Yeah, we'll see how we rate it. Wait.
So this one's by, was his name Inkworming, I think?
Yeah, this
Inkworming in Discord.
Yeah. Right, Albert, it's Ink Wormling?
Ink Wormling, yeah.
Sick. This was sent to us by Ink Wormling. Albert, what did he call this deck? Like, did he have a name for it?
Yeah, the name is Neo Sky Sergeant.
Neo Sky
Sergeant. So what is this? This card cannot be special summoned except by sending one fiend type monster you control and one fiend type monster from your hand to the graveyard when your opponent declares an attack. That's such a weird summoning condition. Okay,
like,
this card
such a
cannot be
-2
destroyed
too.
by battle. Once returned, you can return all face-up trap cards. Okay, so this card seems like a bit of a meme, but it does have 4K, which is crazy.
You know what's crazy, Declan? And you're gonna think I'm like insane, but like, I want to cook with this guy. I see the last part. Do you see that last part of his effect?
Oh, this is like Marcus's heaven.
Oh,
you're
it's
gonna run Fiendish Chains and limit reverse.
But do you know what I'm thinking immediately? I see Darkness Neosphere, right? I see this as like a Phantom of Chaos target. Bounce all your traps, like just go crazy, go kind of crazy. Like there's something there. Like I'm inspired.
Okay, so I think the Sky Blaster is like, the point is you get to make tokens, I guess, that then get tributed to summon the Neosphere out. So it's like a little bit less of a minus, if I'm guessing.
That makes sense because they're monsters. Yeah, like they're fiend. It's a fiend type. Do you have to send though? I think you have to send a fiend. So you have to send the Sky, but you can't send a token. It has to be a monster that you can send from the field.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
maybe
rough.
I mean I don't know. Maybe it's just good because. I mean, let's look at the other stuff. So,
yeah, what is this card? Mad Archfiend? What the heck?
Well, you're running the Giant Orc and the Mad Archfiend. Mad Archfiend has piercing damage like Bora, but it also goes to defense when it's attacked. But you're running these because they like Stygian Security and like Grave Squirmer and like Sinister Sprocket. They all have 0 defense and are dark. So I guess work with Recurring Nightmare. So I think that's pretty cool. Fires of Doomsday is another way to get your Caiuses out, I guess, and make your creature swaps a little bit more live as well. I wonder if he sends like he has to know that you can't send the tokens for the effect of Neosphere. Now I'm like concerned because it requires sending to the graveyard and you can't send tokens to the graveyard. So I'm already worried, but the Dark Illusion is helping when Neosphere comes out because you're minusing 2 to get out. The Dark Illusion should keep it alive, which is pretty clutch. Fiendish Chains, you're just using that so you can bounce with Neosphere. Same with Call the Haunted. Then you have Hate Buster. I've never seen this card in my life. When a fiend type monster you control is targeted for an attack, target the opponent's attacking monster and that monster you control. Destroy both targets. And if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of the opponent's destroyed monster. Interesting. I actually like this card because with Sky Blaster, you essentially have a magic cylinder or Ring of Destruction for free. That's actually kind of cool. They attack into your token. You pop the token and the hate and your opponent's monster. It's Ring of Destruction. Huh. This is actually a cool card, like.
But it is not like Ring in that they need to be attacking.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
it's a battle trap.
It's more like a magic cylinder almost. But like, imagine running 4 magic cylinders. Like you have these 3 plus a magic cylinder.
I mean, it does destroy it though, which is huge. So
yeah.
That's pretty cool. I've never seen this card in my life.
Yeah, I like that. There's something there. Running some really interesting tech cards on the side. Puppet Master, another good Recurring Nightmare target that can summon out multiple of the fiends. Dragodia for defense.
Whoa.
Goblin King is wild. I like that. That's so random. DD Crow, of course. Offering to the Doomed, interesting, without running any reckless greeds. Just like, F it, I'm gonna pop your monster. We got the Stygian Sergeants in the extra deck as well. Multiple Mistworms. We're just making multiple out here. Makes sense. You got the Sky Blasters. Are you guys ready to see this deck in action?
Let's do it.
This is a lot of cards I've never seen in action. Let's go.
Dude, I was looking up the ruling on Darkness Neosphere, and you're right, it is a cost, so I'm imagining you can't send those tokens. So
I'm hyped.
let's see if that comes up.
I want to see, dude. I want to see. Oh, not going to use the Fires of Doomsday in the end phase. Goes for the MST. Hits a bottomless. We got the Phantom Sky Blaster. It's going to summon out 2 different Phantom Sky Blaster tokens, which is also great. I love that about Sky Blaster. You can like swarm the field so fast. I've been wanting to break Sky Blaster for the longest time, man. You get the Stygian Sergeants out immediately because the tokens are all 4. And this guy can attack again. If it destroys a monster by battle, it can attack a second time and gain 800 attack. I've used this card in Dark Gaia decks before, so I'm very familiar with its bustedness. But it ends up being a Pyramid Turtle, so that's kind of rough, but at least you can get rid of both Pyramid Turtles on the spot, which I think you're going to do.
Yeah, I'd attack again, I think. But it's awkward. Is Goblin Zombie? Yeah, I was going to say you can summon it and force them to crash.
You could, yeah. But I think you're going to wait because you have the Darkness Necrosphere in hand that is with the Fiendish Chain, so you do have the ability to do some cool stuff here. So Caius comes out, banishes the Stygian Sergeants. We have the Fiendish Chain. Goblin Zombie still gets the search though, but the normal summon has been taken away, which is great. Book of Life does come out, banishes our security. No, here comes the Pyramid Turtle. He's gonna swing. We have the Necrosphere. Is it coming? Is it Neosphere time? No, he did the thing I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna do it. He to use the token as the cost.
Yeah.
The irony is, like,
he would have still been able to get it out with Sky Blaster because it's just gonna get run over here regardless.
Yeah,
so it's kind of a moot point. It's 100 damage moot point.
It's actually worse that he sent the token because now he takes damage. like
true.
Like
literally,
it's actually
worse.
objectively better if you just sent. But now I know. Sorry about that, Inkwyrmling, dude. You gotta it's gonna ruin your deck. But yeah, half your cards don't work with Neosphere. Neosphere has already an insanely stupid summoning condition, but they made it even worse by making it so it has to send to the grave, which is such an annoying thing. But at least you get a bounce your Fiendish Chain. As a fan of, this is just a full-on bounce Fiendish Chain, jank tank episode. We got another Stygian. We got a Stygian Sergeants coming out. It's a D prison. It's fully hit by the D prison. That's another card and passes. As long as you don't have Heavy Storm, this Fiendish Chain is going to put in a ton of work. This is a 4,000 attack monster. Like, this is a monstrosity. He makes Colossal Fighter.
Interesting. Does
Makes
he not
sense.
run Dark End? I guess.
Well,
he knows
he has
he
Phoenix. He has the
chain.
yeah.
Right. He knows he has it. Okay.
But now I think you just swing into the Pyramid Turtle. I mean, I don't think you have to. But yeah, it's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna set the Mirror Force. You don't need to. You have the deep. Oh, you have too many cards that get blown out by Heavy Storm already. Here comes the Plague. Brio is gonna come out. But we have the Fiendish Chain.
But he's gonna get a pitch the Mizuki, force it out.
Then
Does he have
Dark
Hollow
Arm
Bolt?
comes out. Oh
no.
my god. I love that. Zombies are such a cool deck. They're just always so explosive.
With the that's not good.
Well, here comes the tokens. Can at least insulate a little bit of damage. Decides to bounce anyway, but why? Is it game? Oh, because it's game. Yeah, because he could.
I think it's game, yeah. Damn.
If
The Dark Necrosphere not doing enough. Or what's his name? Darkness Neosphere?
Darkest Neosphere, yeah. Darkness Neosphere.
Yeah.
really fun trivia thing about Darkness Neosphere. It has the word Neos in it, so you can actually send this to the grave. With I forget which fusion it was, like that one fusion that sends like 5 Neos cards to the grave. You know what I'm talking about? There's like so you can actually send Darkness Neosphere because it has Neos in the name. It's one of the funniest and silliest rulings. Anyway, we got completely blown out there by a Dark Armed Brio. We saw the incorrect ruling of the token. It didn't matter in that particular scenario. We'll see if it matters later in a different scenario where we win or something. Now we got the Grave Squirmer. See, I like this. The Hate Buster is really cool.
So what does the Grave Squirmer do again?
If this card's destroyed by battle, you can target one card in the field and destroy it. So it's like
Pretty good. Pretty good.
it honestly
Any card.
has, yeah, any card. It honestly has a lot of potential. It's just like a little too slow with the requirement of attacking. But if you're already running creature swap anyway, like it can be really strong. Also, being 0 attack, so imagine you creature swap, you can swing for like a ton of damage and pop a card. Like, I think it's a crazy tempo. He swings into the Pyramid Turtle. Unfortunate, gets hit. He just sets everything. No fear of heavy at all.
Dude, sometimes when you're playing the jank, like you got to just commit and pray for the cards you don't lose to, cause
Wait, wait! I forgot about this other effect. During your standby phase, once per turn during your standby phase, you can inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each Sky Blaster monster. He just burned him for 900, dude.
Damn.
I
did not even know that was part of it.
Because I saw it happen. I was like, wait, what is going on? You have a Caius. Yeah, I was gonna say just Caius hit the set, burns him for 1,000. You can swing over the pyramid. Yeah, I don't know why we're swinging over the pyramid. We have the ability to stop the Pyramid Turtle with Hate Buster. Like, I don't see a reason to give him setup.
I agree with that. Now he's got the Diva play.
We do have the Fiendish for
It's got
anything.
even worse.
Oh, but he's got the brain control. That's just so good. What are you thinking about? You can't even do nothing. Oh, and he knows Fiendish is going to be a card. He goes Thought Ruler because he knows Fiendish is a card, man. And now we can go Brio, attempt to bounce something. We're just going to Fiendish Chain that. Dust Tornadoes it.
Oh no. How are we going to get out of this? Is there like...
Top decks with Plague. Makes a Stardust.
I don't know
mean,
if that was even worth.
Yeah,
but I guess it protects against everything, so you can't lose to Mirror Force now.
But he's still attacking with the Stardust, so like, I feel like if you make Stardust, you don't attack with Stardust. You just attack without roll always. Like, I don't know how I feel about that play, but it's okay. We still got the Grave Squirmer. Grave Squirmer is not going to do that much, unfortunately.
Yeah, and the Hate Buster too. I guess the Hate Buster could have gone hard against the Brio, so the Stardust was kind of rough.
So he's going to activate Grave Squirmer. It's mandatory. Stardust going to negate it. Oof, how do you get out of this? Like, this is... Oh, we got the...
Caius off the top?
Yeah, Caius on top.
Time?
Darkness Neosphere, if summoned incorrectly here, could come in clutch.
Oh my god.
So we get he swings over, it has piercing damage, gets the Mizuki. Okay, he's gonna do the play. Mizuki comes out, attacks, Neosphere's gonna come out. Once again, you just have to like, okay, he's doing it correctly. He did it correctly, he did set the token. Okay.
Let's go.
It's
Saves himself damage and preventing his opponent from getting life with the Thought Ruler
and we got
effect.
the heavy. We don't need the heavy. We don't have to wait. Why did? Oh, he didn't want to negate it. Okay, Hate Buster doing nothing so far. We got the Recurring Nightmare, which is great. Little +1 action there. We can summon out. We can use Grave Squirmer to like clear this entire board if we really wanted to. We had the Mad Archfiend that does the same job, and this Neosphere is just humongous. Even if you don't get its other effect off, like just this insane 4,000 attack is just ridiculous. Mizuki's gonna come out, banish. Swimming the Goblin Zombie. Oh my god, that's so rough.
No, how are we ever coming back here? This is crazy. I mean, I don't know. I guess we could get 2-0'd. It'd be the first in Jank Tank history.
I respect that. You know, some people got to send us like, some people are like, hey, I just want to show you an idea. It wasn't great, but
but like, there's no way, right? I mean,
dude,
Grave Squirmer
is gonna clutch.
Something.
Dude, Grave Squirmer sweep. I mean, there's just no way. This is enough for game, right? He pops the Thought Ruler. It's 18.
Not enough for game. It's 100 short.
So
What can we possibly top deck? Mirror Force?
He has the Dark
Oh,
Arm?
and Dark Arm? What the hell? Okay.
Yo,
I like the suspense.
Inkwormling, I really respect that you sent us a replay of you not necessarily winning with it, but just showing you maybe some concepts here. If your goal was to get me to see Neosphere and really read its effect, you've won. I will be cooking with this now. You're welcome. But otherwise, that was a little rough. Zombies kind of went to town on you, but otherwise, I like the idea. I like Neosphere. I want to see if we can do something, maybe with Phantom of Chaos or something in the future. Me and Declan can cook with this.
Nightmare. Yeah, I think what was that card? Go back to the deck real quick, Marcos. The deck list, the side deck. That card I've never seen Puppet Master, but
Yeah,
I'm kind of intrigued by this guy too. Maybe there's something. I'm always cooking with frogs. This guy's a one tribute monster. Maybe there's something to be done with this
the
guy. I
issue
don't
is that it
know.
requires fiends, and the fiend tuners in Edison format are so bad. Because
Yeah,
the
you
only
know the
way you're,
Stygian guy.
yeah, unless your goal is to like summon 2 Caiuses out, like you have to pay 2,000. Like everything about this is like so ridiculous. Like this
I know. It's
Edison.
just a worse Psychic Overlord because that guy gets it from your deck.
Oh yeah,
Psychic Overdriver or whatever. Yeah.
psychic overdrive or whatever. Like that guy at least also has stats. Like the fact that this guy's 0 attack. Like for absolutely no reason they made him 0 attack. Like I don't even think he'd be that broken if he had like 2,000 attack. Like
Also, like, there's stipulations. Like, the cards can't attack this turn. It's just strictly worse than Psychic Overdrive.
yeah, you sometimes look at these cards and are just like, Konami, you really were so afraid of making broken cards, so you put like 18,000 stipulations, but then the next set you release like Dark Armed. So
Yeah.
anyway, so here's our next deck. This is a deck made by our own Team Starlight member, Declan. Of his obsession with frogs never ends, but please explain to us this reptile frog abomination.
Yeah, so that Oshalion card, I just read it and I was like, whoa, I can duplock with this card. So if I have 2 Oshalions, that's effectively they're duplocked. Actually, wait, no. So 2 Oshalions, I believe, that wouldn't duplock them because of how it reads. It says your opponent cannot select a monster other than Oshalion as a target. So which is different than what Dupe Frog says, where Dupe Frog just says this card. So that's why the dupe block works.
Yeah.
But if I have a Dupe Frog and an Oshalion on the field, I mean, I didn't look this up, so maybe I'm cheating too, but it reads like they wouldn't be able to attack me because Oshalion's saying you have to attack me and Dupe Frog saying you have to attack me.
Yeah.
So
I think
was
you're
just
correct. I think
thinking,
that is a dupe lock, like officially. So you
oh yeah, so I'm
you have
calling
a
that the OSHA lock trademark.
OSHA lock.
Uh,
I mean, it just seems like a
yeah.
worse dupe block, but okay.
It's worse, but it lets you put pressure on your opponent.
Oh,
And
because he actually
allows
has
you
stats.
He actually has stats, and if he's destroyed by battle, you get to add Reptilian Gardna to your hand. And this card's honestly just good. It's like a 2,000 booty, and anytime it's destroyed, you can add another Reptilian Gardna or any Reptilian monster, but I'm not playing any other ones, so it just adds itself. But these cards support Offerings to the Snake Deity, which is essentially just an Icarus attack. So like the goal of this deck is it's just like Forgs, but like more for good. I guess I don't know. It's like more like it's toxic in a different way. You're just kind of like stalling and trying to like infinitely dupe block your opponent and then get advantage via like bouncing swap frog to your hand and using a bunch of discard traps as removal. And also like the Offerings to the Snake Deity just like completely catches people off guard. Like they're dupe locked so that they have to force to like commit to your board, and then you just flip this on them and like blow them out. So
Yeah.
and then you got the Fishborg in there just as like,
It gives you like something to
you know.
do, because otherwise you don't really have like a way to like push through established stuff, I guess, like as effectively.
yeah.
At least like if you see the Fishborg, you can just probably win like after you stalled like 5 turns in a row. Like so-
Yeah, I think the idea is like you sort of are gonna see it eventually because the goal's deck is to stall, so that's why I'm not on multiple. I'm not on any main deck staples like heavy MST because of space. I'm just maxing out on the deck's honestly pretty consistent because like you've got the triple moray, triple salvage, and everything is a target for it, which is crazy because everything's a water and everything's 1500 or less except for that one Death Frog that's just in there as your one beater.
Okay, you ready to show it off? You ready to show it off, King?
Yeah, the side deck's a meme. Don't worry about it.
I
It's all
like
about the main
having
deck.
the second Fishborg in the side deck for like the crows and stuff. And I guess it's like also just going into like a regular, like you're doing like the Alistair. Like this is gonna be a kind of normal frog deck, sort of maybe. Like
Yeah, like post side against a lot of decks, I just put in the 3 trap stun because every card in your deck gets hit by deck Devi. But I put the Fishborg and the Death Frog in there as your side plan for frog mirrors because this deck obviously sucks into like a frog mirror. So having this like more of a chance to just Colossal Arm to win the game against like Monarchs was sort of the idea there. But yeah,
hell
let's get
yeah,
into
dude.
it.
Let's
Let's
do
get
this.
into it.
Okay, we got you going in here. Gold Star into Arc. Oh god, that's like the worst matchup you could see. We got a set
Yeah.
monster. This
So
episode
at this
comes
point, I'm
out.
thinking like Christia Sworn because I'm like, who plays Gold Sark and like I feel like that's typically a Light Sworn card. But
Yeah.
no, then he goes for Shining Angel, and I'm like, okay, so it's just fairies,
It
right?
could be Chaos Fairies. Like a lot of Chaos Fairy variants run like Gold Sark, but now you're like hyping me up for what they're playing, dude. Moray of Greed comes out, just your nice 3 draws. You got the Offering to Snake DD, but you just got rid of your reptile, so that's not gonna do much.
Yeah, here I'm gonna do like frog shenanigans. So honestly, just like fast forward for a second because I'm gonna go through the whole deck. Obviously, and I've got the 3 frogs on the field. So the Moray I'm gonna be able to make live again by bouncing the swap frog, Moray again.
Ooh, we got the Fish Boy. That's
And we
huge.
do draw reptiles, which is nice. And here I get greedy. Like I'm thinking it's just pure fairies at this point. So I like, but then he has Caius, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I had the hard read on it being Chaos Fairies the moment the Shining Angel came up. Oh
Yeah, I had no idea that that was like a Sengan, so I got hard punished for being greedy there and not just doing a full dupe block.
Oh.
But
I want to see if you cheat here.
no,
Okay.
I don't. I know that. Okay, Offerings to Snake
It's
Deity.
face-
Part
it's
of the
worse.
reason why
It's worse, Icarus.
it's yeah, it needs to be face up, which is super rough. So I mean, like I'm down so bad here. He's got a Christia. All I can do is just normal summon this, but he goes. I chain to his Brionic effect. And I get the Offerings to the Snake Deity. I get the free search.
That was actually really good. Like what a crazy little like combination of stuff that just happened there. And you get the plus off of the fact that he pitched, and you also get the search. So you're just in a great spot now. You got the Fishboard combo. I think you can maybe OTK here.
No. This deck is not really built to OTK. I actually just kind of go all in. I know he's sticking Christia. And can you pause for a second, actually? I thought... So look at his grave. Like, I thought that he was on 4 fairies because I thought that this fiend, I've never seen this card in my life. Like, this Dark Lord Mary was a fairy. So I was like, I need to put everything on board before he just summons Christia next turn. But it turns out he was only on 3 fairies. So I just totally, like, I don't know if I'm needlessly went all in.
No worries. But also Dark Lord Marie, why? That's all I gotta ask. Cruelify? Why? I need to know the logic of Dark Lord Marie. I guess you get the life point gain is cool. It's a fiend for your Sky Scourge. There's just so many objectively better fiends than this card, though. Okay, let's see what happens.
I literally thought it was a fairy because I was like, there's no other reason to run it other than it's like a dark fairy. But
the Duplock Flip-Flop combo is pretty good, but he does have a Herald in hand, so you do have to worry about that. Gets that life point gain, huge.
That huge 200 points of
The
damage.
Stratos.
Life.
What is the Prisma for? I wonder what fairy targets he can send with Prisma. There must be a fairy target that I'm like not aware of. I kind of want to know like what the sauce is. Is he has like maybe does he send Sangan? He do the sandwich combo that I love. That's a good way to get a fiend.
I think he does have the sandwich in the side.
Oh my god, I'm so hyped.
Yeah.
It's always so fun when you're playing a jank tank deck and the opponent's playing something also arguably more jank. Like
yeah, I mean his deck is definitely like we're both like somewhat meta.
Oh my god,
like,
is he gonna Armory Arm? He's gonna win here off of Armory Arm?
But how though? He can't even attack. I've got him dupe locked.
Oh, you're right. He can't even attack. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 fairies. You thought that Dark Lord Marie was a fairy, and you're like, you done goofed.
I'm like, you fucked up, and he's like, no, I didn't. So
it's like, no, sir, you. Well, now you just don't attack into this Christia ever, and you're good. Now you got a triple dupe lock, and you got the Offering to Snake DD, so you can just easily go for game here.
Yep, I know he has Herald. So
yeah, you have
that's why I don't flip it.
too.
I don't flip it because I know he has the Herald. I'm just waiting to Offerings to the Snake Deity. And let's see. Standby. I was thinking, do I want to do this in standby? But I decide not to. I go Offerings, and he scoops it up, baby. So I Offerings him twice to get into that game, which is insane.
Offerings to Snake Deity, really good card. It's an Icarus attack, right? But like a slightly worse Icarus attack, but better in that it destroys, so it makes like your reptilian guy get at least a little bit of advantage. But I wish there were just better reptiles in this format, dude.
I know. I wish I could tech one that was searchable, but it's like nothing is worth it, honestly.
Yeah. We got the Shining Angels coming in, beating your ass down. You do have the Kais here, though, so you can easily clear out one of them.
Right. I sided into the Caius because I'm just thinking he's running a billion recruiters. Probably want to just have some amount of tribute summons.
What does he get? DD Warrior Lady. Interesting. Yeah, now you can just bounce your Caius back. And you have the Karma Cut, so you're in a really good spot. The Grand Mole, is he just gonna run it over? I think you just
So
let
this was
it.
an interesting spot. I let it happen, but then I karma cut the warrior lady, and I should have done this in reverse, I think, because this grand mole, I was just thinking I'm gonna Caius it, but he freaking karma cuts me and I get
Ooh.
absolutely owned. And so now this grand mole is gonna just be a pesky problem for the entire game
Yeah,
because
pesky
he
boy.
has tempo, so he just establishes it every turn.
But you have the Regeki break, so maybe this will go off and keep you alive. Or are you not gonna just gonna
I
let it
decided
happen?
to just let it go because so the reason, yeah, no, this probably could have been a misplay, honestly. Now that I'm looking back at it, because once I let it go, he gets this damage, and 21 is a lot, so I decided to just not allow myself to take that
And once again, you're just letting this Neospatian Grand Mole.
because I don't want to pitch the Caius at this point, so I'm waiting to like draw into stuff that I'm okay with pitching. Um, I'm like waiting for him to do something that actually puts more pressure on me, and now I draw the Death Frog. Okay, I'm definitely okay with pitching
Oh, but then he said,
that.
what is he set? What is he sitting ahead? I'm so confused.
I know that
Oh.
I was definitely going to Raigeki break at that point.
We get the swap frog out. You torrentials. It's okay. Reptilian Garden does not miss timing, which is beautiful because it's mandatory. Even though it's when, it's because it's mandatory. You still get that search. So that's actually a huge play on your part. What a weird choice on his part to not continue the Grand Mole. I also know he's probably running Grand Mole in this Prisma version because you can send Grand Mole to the grave as well. I wonder if he's running like Limit Reverse and stuff.
Yeah, but you are seeing some of the drawbacks with this deck is that I just have to keep setting 2000 booties. That's kind of like the MO, and the discard traps and the trap cards are really what put you ahead in the game. But here I'm gonna summon the Oshalion, get in for 14,
And now you got
flip
the
the
Duplog.
Duprog, so he's Duplocked.
He's hard OSHA locked right now. Hashtag OSHA lock. Let's get the OSHA lock in the comments. We got a mask restrict, which is really rough. This Kai's has just been in your hand doing nothing.
I know, it's honestly like one of those things where I sided it in, but I'm like, dude, is this even worth it? Because I think I don't even put it like,
Yeah.
it's not even worth it. I just, I send it to the grave, but then he has
Lucretia. But you have the
Christia.
deep prison. You have the deep prison, so that's actually pretty great. Good. Oh my god, that's awesome. And you have the pot of avarice, which is always live in this deck.
Yeah, this is an awkward pot because I put back like 3 cards,
That
4
all
cards that
tribute?
tribute. So it's just, it's
And you're gonna
arguably not even
Moray?
worth.
Oh my god, you should have kept at least one of those guys. But I guess you want to dupe block again. Okay. At least you can dupe block again, I guess, right?
Yep. Yeah, I needed the Duprog to be able to OSHA lock this guy. So summon that Duprog, set the offerings to Snake Deity.
Yeah, so he has the sandwich.
He's going to sandwich.
Oh, he's a fan. We got a fan, dude. Oh my god, we got Sky Scourge Endrise coming
Dude,
out.
but that was actually huge because the Sangam was his only fiend. So this was like,
But
his card was dead before.
But you have the offerings of Snake Deity, so this is actually gonna be crazy. Popping everything.
Yeah, I choose to pop both monsters because I don't want to just lose my flip-flop for the minus.
How many
so-
prismas do you need in this deck, dog?
I don't know. His deck is a little jank, but it's definitely like solid enough. It's basically just Chaos Fairies with heroes randomly tagged in.
But now you got the swap, which is actually pretty great. The OSHA Leon is actually really good if you can like, yeah, you just summon it out. It's gonna deal pressure, but then if it gets destroyed, you can add that Reptilian Gardener, which you can't deal with at the moment. So
Exactly, and it's also just fueling my grave for my 3rd pot of avarice.
dude,
which
incredible.
I don't know if it's live at this point, but yeah, here I draw. Oh no, damn it! I meant to set the pot, and then I accidentally.
There's
just
the Limit
activated.
Reverse. I'm so hyped. I love when people use the Limit Reverse sandwich combo. I'm actually so hyped here. You're getting cooked by my macro.dex over here, dude. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you're gonna have to special
Here
the
I
swap.
have to go for an awful play. So yeah, special swap, send sub, bounce it, special swap again.
And then
I'm just
pot of
trying to make
avarice.
pot live, yeah.
You're gonna draw into those subs for sure, dude. There's nothing. You have to draw heavy or something here, but you probably didn't even put heavy into this matchup. Maybe you did.
I don't think so. I don't think at the time I knew that he was gonna be on this hate. But
And you're able to
I do
double
draw into
summon.
a
This is
trap.
great.
yeah, the extra normal, because I only pitch special swap, and so I get that double. He's gonna attack. I'm just gonna let this happen because I don't want to waste the Raigeki break on that Prisma. He's gonna resummon the Prisma. I draw a Shellion. And
Here
here
we
I'm thinking
go.
it's a game shot time. So I hit the mask, but he has Rug
Ooh.
to accompany the mask, and so I just play it out. But it's curtains. Like, look at his hand.
Yeah, this is. You already ran out of pots at this point too. It's just looking really bad. They got their own Caius. Oh, going to game 3. 2
I always
janks.
find it weird when my opponent sides mask and then has Caius. Like, I'm just like, bruh, like I think he ended up having like 2 Caius in his hand that game, which is really funny.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Yeah, you know, I don't know how I feel about that either. It just feels like you're just asking to be bricked on your own thing. You can. I played a little bit of Chaos Fairies for a bit, and I definitely think Master Restrict is so good, but you definitely always side out the Caius. Like, what are we doing?
I know.
You could.
So I go for the max damage here because I end phase popped Call of the Haunted. I'm like, okay, you don't have Gores, or you're an insane man to be setting Call of the Haunted like that. So I go for max damage, and then I go in main 2.
Dude, are you
the
gonna
Pot of
triple dupe?
Avarice.
Are you gonna triple dupe here, dude? There's no way.
Let's see. I'm deciding. I think I just go for flip flop. I imagine because
Yeah,
that's
that
just
makes
more
sense.
important to get the tempo.
Here we get the Treeborn coming out. Not even. I mean, maybe we Caius this, like, but I'm scared. Tarantula would be like a huge blowout at this point. Substitute. Does the Tarantula come out now? We got Unifrog. Yeah, there's a Tarantula, but you get. Thankfully, you don't miss timing on your 2 dupes. You're able to add flip flop back. You're able to add Unifrog back.
Didn't call priority because you don't want to miss timing on those dupes. He goes Shining Angel. I'm just like, get that out of here. You have no fairies at all.
And now you can more greed those frogs away, so you can just deal with it later. Huge. Got an offering to Sync DD that's online now. Swap Frog, getting you a Death Frog, swinging in for a quick little 2k. Maybe a Gores is coming out. Gores is something you always have to worry about, but he's running so many continuous traps that I don't know if you can run Gores in this particular version, you know?
Yeah, I just had no fear because he didn't drop it the first turn. He would have had to draw it.
Now you can just Unifrog for
So-
free here. Yeah, because like even if it's a Mirror Force, oh, he Karma Cuts. That's actually kind of rough. All
Dude,
your
the
dupes.
whole point of the deck. Is
No,
so
it's okay. You
sad.
can OSHA lock. You can still OSHA lock, man. It's okay.
Can I? I think we established. I'm pretty sure you like
Nah,
can't.
F it, bro. It's okay. We got the offering to safety, dude. He's never gonna expect this.
But it's actually good that OSHA, like, so he
Oh.
has to attack. Oh, wait, what were you gonna say?
I just realized he can add the Infernal Prodigy as a fiend, which is good for his Caiuses, which is also another fiend for the. Sorry, for another
Chaos
fiend count.
Fairies.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out like maybe Stratos does have a spot in Chaos Fairies. I don't necessarily think so, but it's like a +1 is always a +1. Sorry, continue.
I was just gonna say that it's good that OSHA, like, if I have flip flop and swap here, he has to still attack the OSHA. So like my flip flop or and swap
Ooh.
can get value, but he does have the Nobleman, which is like a bit unfortunate.
I mean, you've been
But
setting all
here-
day, but now you have game. You have game here. Like,
Correct. I go for game with Caius. And
No
this
Herald.
time he doesn't have anything.
GG's. What a freaking crazy deck you made here, man. I mean, ultimately, it is just like a worse frog variant, but it's fun. And running Offering to Snake Deity is just a great card. Like, if frogs had their own Icarus attack, it'd be like impossible to beat. Because like that's just insane.
Yeah, and the it didn't really get showcased in this game as much, but the OSHA lock can just be really oppressive to your opponent when you have an established dupe lock and they don't out it, and then you summon Oshali. How am I ever gonna break through this? They have to out 2 of the 3 to even
Yeah.
be able to attack.
Yeah, especially when
So it's
Torrential's
it's
gone.
fun.
Like after Torrential's gone, you're like, dude, I can't deal with this anymore. Okay, now is our final part of the day. Let's talk about these 3 decks in terms of what we think. Do we think where would you rate these decks between what is our category again? I always forget every time.
We got actually good, mid, and jank.
So let's talk about aliens. Featherizer aliens in particular. What are we thinking about it?
Okay, I am not fully sold on the Featherizer only because it's like proactive. Having said that, if they attack into it, I feel like this is strictly better than some of the other alien variants because it's just way faster and it just gets you a draw. It's just I think it could be the best alien variant, and I think aliens definitely have potential. Like they're not ever gonna be anything higher than tier 2.5, but
Yeah.
I think you can ravage locals with this, like you were saying.
Yeah, if you can I think you can ravage a local with this. I am biased obviously, so I don't want to be the one that rates it, but I would put it in the highest of our jank tier list. Like it would be in the actually okay. It's actually a good deck. I feel like you could win a local with it. Like I would not feel the same about a lot of the other jank tank submissions we've been given. And I'll be honest with you, I will win a local with this. Like not this particular
Yeah.
build, but like I will prove it eventually. You will see the naysayers. So it gets my stamp of approval. Declan and Albert have both seen me do stuff with aliens. So like it just takes
I think
time.
it's might actually be good, or like the highest tier, because
Yeah.
it's just like Golgar is actually worth, like you said, it's worth jumping through hoops to play Golgar, because once you have it established, it's honestly just Jover a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because like if you're just plussing with Fiendish Chains and plussing with limit reverses, drawing more cards, drawing into like Starlight Road and Solemn, it's like they can't break the lock. This guy's too big.
Yeah, he's a little too destructive. Like it's just an insane amount of pluses you get from him. It's like it's worth minusing, but I think that's what I like about the Featherizer version. It's Featherizer doesn't feel like a minus the way that like a lot of the other alien decks do. Like the fact that you have to run a vanilla and the only way to get it to grave is like offering to Snake Deity, or like you just have to have like this specific combination of cards that is not realistic. The other thing I like about Featherizer is that its stat line being like 700 attack, you could crash into like smaller monsters and still get its effect. And that does come up sometimes in my testing. So like, yeah, I think it's in the might actually be good tier. So that's our stamp of approval. Let's talk about the the Darkness Neosphere Fiend recurring nightmare deck. I'm gonna be real with you, 100% certified jank.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Especially now that we know that we can't use tokens. So clearly I don't know if the what's it called? The Fires of Doomsday even has a place in this deck. Because we know that it can't be tributed anymore.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if we need like 3 copies of, what is that card that
Hate
protects
Buster.
your dark?
Yeah, we didn't see it
No,
go
no,
off
not the
once.
Hate Buster. The
Dark
what's the card that
Illusion?
protects? Yeah, like I just think that if you were going to build a Dark Neosphere deck, which is a certified jank card, there could be better ways. But I like Recurring Nightmare. I think they could be cooking with the use of that card, and I like the Phantom Sky Blaster. I kind of want to cook something with him.
Yeah.
But this is certified tier 1 jank.
Yeah. I definitely think there's a Phantom of Chaos version that runs like limit reverses to get the Phantom of Chaos. Maybe it runs like Escape from a Dark Dimensions and then just recycles Plagues and other tuners to get like extreme value. Like there could be a crazy version that like bounces all your continuous traps and stuff and gets a ton of value out of that without having to neg to get out Neosphere. But even that in my head still seems jank, you know? But I'm excited to try out Hate Buster and like Sky Blaster shenanigans. Sky Blaster could be good. It's one of those cards that we feel like we've talked about. I think we put it in our list, right? Did we put it in our list? Did Sky Blaster make it to it? No. You know
No,
what?
I
But
need
it
to
should
cook
have.
with it.
But it should have. It should have
It
been in our
should've.
list.
This card's good as hell. Like over time, it gets better and better. In Tengu, I know people even play it like
Yeah.
in meta decks, so I respect it.
Okay, now we got the frog variant. We got the OSHA lock deck. Now let's like obviously frogs are good. Frogs are like in the jank world, they're gonna be in the more viable, more useful, like consistency wise. But so like in a vacuum, it's obviously gonna be in the might actually be good category. Like you definitely can do work with this deck because frogs are just good. But like a main deck dev still hurts. Like a lot of things are still
No, a
hurting
main
here.
deck dev does more than just hurt. It is a full deck dev. That's why the side I got the My Body and the 3 traps done.
Yeah,
But this
yeah.
deck fully folds to main deck dev. So if we just take that out of the conversation, though, I think that this is a fun control deck. Like I actually think
Yeah.
among frog decks, you might like this one, Marcos, because it's just all about getting those pluses with the pots and the salvages, and then you just have so much interaction with the Icarus attack and 7 discard traps, and it always feels like you have a ton of hand advantage because you're running like so many pluses that I think it's pretty fun if you're in the mood to just play like a grindy control style, but we all know what it is. We're playing reptiles, but the
Yeah, like
OSHA lock is fun.
yeah, I definitely could put this in the might actually be good tier or even mid. Like, because I do think the reptiles really hold back the frogs. Like, I
Oh
think
yeah,
like
my
ultimately, like as cool as Ocean, like the idea of locking, this is slowing down your deck to a halt. Like, if you don't see offering
right.
Snake Deity, this is actually just objectively worse than so many other like starters and finishers your deck could have. Like, these could all just be Fishborg Blasters or Caiuses, and your deck would just be better. Like, objectively, like
Yeah, the biggest issue was what you're saying that it's like either you can only summon a frogs on one turn or summon reptiles on one turn, and you can't do both. So I was like looking into ways to like cheat out the reptiles so that you could like dupe block and OSHA lock in the same turn, but that's the thing. Like you need to like survive a turn and then summon the reptile and then they're like fully locked, but you can't do everything at once. So it's definitely not ideal.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of Reptilian Gardener, and I hope to see some more people trying to cook with reptilians in general, because I think they have really good stuff going on for them. And like this is a pretty good searcher, and with the 2000 defense is very relevant in this format. So yeah.
Oh yeah, this deck is a hero beat menace, so just keep that in mind too.
So yeah, I think we can put it in the mid category. I think that'd be a fair way to put it. You definitely could destroy locals with this. There are so many people that hate dupe blocks. So imagine dupe blocking like 4, 5, 6 times. I'd cry. I would leave. I would
Yeah,
never show up again.
people commented that on like when you're playing Dream Frogs, you get dupe blocked multiple times per game. Like this deck is the king of dupe blocking you multiple times per game. So I'm happy it accomplished something.
Okay, everybody. So thank you so much for watching another episode of Jank Tank. If you guys got your own submissions you want to send us, please submit them into our Discord. We have a bunch of people that have been submitting stuff. Not every single thing will be showcased in our videos. We will try our best to look at some of the more interesting, more wild out there type of deck lists, as well as decks that seem like they could be cooking. But yeah, win or lose, show us your deck, show us your replay, and we just want to showcase it.